Hi, I'm Kylie, just another Army vet, and today I'm finishing my reaction to episode 1 of Commando on the Front Line, coming from the channel Royal Marines. Let's get to it.
924 Troop is making progress, well, at least on the drill ground. But now it's time for a stint in the forest and a first taste of life as a commando.
Everything we teach you over the next 32 weeks is preparing you to close and kill with the enemy. No matter who it be, when we get the orders from above, we do our job to the best of our ability. That's what it's all about. The core ethos, as we like to call it, everything that makes a Royal Marine, we will pass on to you, so you can get to week 32, passing out and be proud to wear the green beret. But it starts from within. You've got to look at yourselves, how much you want it. So go on then, who are you, how old are you, what you've done, what haven't you done? You can start, stand up.
Hello, one section. My name is Michael Urega. I live in a place called Salford in Manchester. I'm 21 years old.
Do they not get issued eye pro or eye protection? Because those just look like civilian glasses. In the US military, you can wear civilian eyewear. However, when it comes to being in the field or deployed, you have to have eye protection, which is actually issued to you.
Like me boxing, had a few fights.
My hobbies include football, Tottenham, and beer and women. You can't have a hobby without beer and women.
I did several office jobs and just wanted something to break the monotony of everyday life outside.
Just want to get outside, get in the mud and that, roll around, shoot some bad guys.
I'm a very adventurous person. I'd do any crazy thing, as you would find out.
Now you're scaring me.
No, I'd take the risk of jumping off something if ever our troop needs it. I'd go forward and, do it, because that's the person I am. I love my friends. Once I make friends with you, I just love my mates. Sometimes my mother tells me I love my friends more than I love her as well.
As they get used to each other, they also have to get used to military rations. High-energy food, chocolate, oat bars, and a lot of boil-in-the-bag puddings and stews.
U.S. military, we have MREs, or meals ready to eat, but we don't have any metal cooking items. All we have is the actual food pouch that you put into a green chemical heater, and you add some water, and then it will actually heat up in about 5, 10, 15 minutes.
Horrible. Absolutely disgusting.
It's revolting.
Do you know what? It tastes shit if you look at it. Sorry. But don't look at it. And
I'm not eating the rest of it anyway.
It don't taste that bad.
I can't eat that.
I enjoyed it a lot. It's just like a normal meal. It just tastes like a normal meal. People just gonna have to get used to it, aren't they?
It's not all you'd expect it, but at least it keeps you alive. Keeps you alive, yeah?
Right, fellas, I will be back down in 10 minutes. I expect you to be ready to go, webbing on, Bergen's packed and Bergen's on, and no gash whatsoever lying around, all stowed away.
Bergen and gash, are those some English terms or slang or military slang? Because I have no idea what those terms mean.
Happy with that? I'll see you in 10 minutes.
In a battle situation, commandos must consume their food rapidly, eating what they've got, whether they like it or not.
You guys have really nice life, you should have friggin' appreciate it. Well, I'm glad I'm from St. Vincent, because I see that friggin' life is hard on the other end, so. When you guys go to Afghanistan and you see people friggin' sick and dying and them shit, you'd realize what life is all about. So when you come back home, you wouldn't even throw a friggin' cracker on the friggin' ground. You pick up every friggin' thing and eat it. You wouldn't throw in nothing.
He's right. I mean, I saw that when I was in Iraq with a lot of the dirty, hungry street kids. I mean, yeah, it's pretty sad.
Try and take care of yourself, honestly. When you're from St. Vincent, you know what hard life is sometimes. Some people do. There's some that are born friggin' rich. They just have everything and they just go about friggin' with their heads up and all that shit. But they ain't real people, man. Real people is like friggin' me and him. come from poor backgrounds, bathe outside. When you want to have a shower, you go outside and have a shower. No inside, no heating, no AC, nothing like that. Friggin', that's the type of life.
94 Troop must now put up their bivouacs, the lightweight shelters all commandos carry with them. Once night falls, they'll need to mount armed sentries and use secret passwords to identify friends from foe. The troop haven't yet been issued with weapons, so they've been given something to be getting on with. A sort of DIY AK-47.
Hey, John. Get on the floor. Right.
So how passwords work typically, at least in the US military, it's probably the same with these guys also. There's a challenge and a password that everyone actually needs to know. So a challenge would be a guard saying, troll, and the other person would say banana. It's just a way to make sure that you're actually communicating with fellow soldiers and not with the enemy.
Halt. Identify yourself. Troop commander. Sorry, sir. Don't worry, Colin. Good effort.
It's pitch black, and the recruits can see virtually nothing.
Terry, what's the code word tonight? It's... Oh, I forgot. It's something.
And it should change every 24 hours, give or take. The password and the challenge.
Adam, what's the code? I mean, what's the password? The password is Oscar, Charlie.
What's the reply?
Yeah, Oscar, reply with Charlie. Okay. Terry. Hello.
Terry, the code word is, the challenge is Oscar, and the reply is Charlie.
Okay, Oscar, Charlie. Yeah. I knew it was Charlie something. Thanks anyway.
Okay. You're on sentry duty?
Hey?
You're on sentry?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be going there now.
Passwords, keeping guard, is essential to maintaining security in hostile territory, as it is to keep complete silence.
They are really loud.
Can't expect them to switch from civilian to Raw Marine Commando in a day. You know, they're not aware they're making large amounts of noise. They've got no concept of an enemy threat, where the enemy might be watching a couple of weeks' time, a couple of exercises' time. Recruits will be fully in here. Everything will be cammed out. There'll be no noise, there'll be no light after dark. There'll be no chatting, no wandering about, no clambering about, and everyone will be whispering. So you see a gradual progression from non-tactical as they are now, straight through to tactical with noise and light discipline. Sort of fully tactical as it would be on operations throughout the world.
If they need to use light, most likely they're allowed to use a red light flashlight or red light headlamp. However, I don't know what their SOP is for that exercise. They might not even be allowed to have red lights.
I'll tell you what, it's a bit of an arse getting out of bed at this time in the morning. It's even more of an arse trying to get your clothes away. Hang on. Fucking hell. I'll tell you what, if there was a war, it'd be over 6 hours before I was ready.
Fix your helmet.
British forces in Afghanistan say they killed 21 Taliban fighters in a lengthy battle last Sunday. The Ministry of Defence had originally said that 5 Taliban were killed in the engagement in the village of Nowzad. Local people say dozens of civilians also died in the operation.
In the couple of weeks that follow, 924 Troop are pushed harder and harder.
Throat. You can get your fingers in, fingers all the way round, thumb round the back of the esophagus, the windpipe, rip it out. It quite possibly cause death. Okay, at the end of the day, this is the business we're in.
Quite possibly cause death.
Hand straight in there, good strike on the bullocks, very uncomfortable. You start grabbing, pulling them off, ripping the testicles off, ripping the penis off. Again, I'm sure you're going to have the upper hand.
I would agree.
But the upper hand is the one thing 924 Troop do not get.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Not in the gym, not in the field, and not on the parade ground.
Don't want to hear it. You've always got one, I don't want to hear it. It's on there.
And increasingly, they have to pay the inevitable price for their constant shortcomings.
No one here is impressing me so far. No one here is impressing any of the instructors. It's down to you. You don't change, We can't change it for you, so you'll automatically leave this camp. Do you understand? Yes, sir!
You missed all that shave there.
You cannot afford to be having to keep on going over everything, over and over again. Simple things like tying up your shoelaces, shirts, t-shirts tucked in, boxer shorts sticking out on the bottoms of your shorts.
Did you even bother to check it? Did you even bother?
We've got standards here, men. We will not drop those standards. We will not change those standards. We will not bend the rules, okay, or anything like that. By week 9, if you're not up to scratch, you'll be back trooped. Period. Do you understand that? Yes, sir. Whether that's 1 of you, 2 of you, 30 of you, you'll be back trooped. And I will progress with the people who deserve to be here.
Back trooped. I think that's what the U.S. military calls recycling.
That's the way we work. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Don't be such a bunch of fannies. Get a grip of yourselves, start working as a troop, and realise that every single day you've got to put 100% in. So at the moment, fellas, everyone on this camp thinks you're shit. I'm getting pretty bored of trying to defend you when you're not really proving it. Troop, stand at. Get a fucking grip of yourselves.
U.S. military, or at least the U.S. Army, in order to give a command, you have to be at the position of attention unless you're actually marching. So I guess the British Army does that differently.
They just basically saying that we're the worst. We're not actually the worst. I know that. They just try and, like, it's a way of, like, psychology thing with your mind, trying to get you in the whole mode of doing your best all the time. That's just it.
So you're still smiling?
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright. More drills, better for me. More stuff, I just get bigger. That's all.
I'm starting to think that I've made the wrong decision. I'm not like a soldier. I can't be one of these guys that can do all this. I can't be like a robot as such. I need to be different. I need to stand out a lot. But I like to be my own person. I like to do what I want to do, kind of thing.
You came in kind of full, really.
Yeah, I come in with all guns blazing, real big enthusiasm, really wanting to do it, crack on. And I cracked on. I've done what I want, I'm doing the work. But then there's this part of me that's saying, this is what you want to be doing, and this isn't you.
It's all coming to a head for 924 Troop. Already people are wanting to leave. 30 weeks away from deployment to Afghanistan, they are falling well short of the standards expected.
I've been late for numerous timings. Not listening to team, that's a major one. That's one of the things I harped on about today.
The training team have tried everything they know to knock them into shape, except one thing, the ultimate sanction.
And when they come out of the mud, it's going to be them that decide again which option they take.
The recruits of 924 Troop have no idea what's about to hit them. But some aren't even staying to find out. 6 people have now decided to leave, thinking better of a career in the Royal Marines.
Some just find it too hard. Others realise that they saw the nice side of the Royal Marines without seeing that you have to put the hard work in, get cold, wet and muddy on the way there.
Do those recruits actually leave the military altogether and go back to civilian life, or do they actually have to finish out their enlistment with the British Navy?
The blokes get injured, other blokes decide it isn't for them. I mean, to get to the end, you've got to be a certain type of character in there. You've got to have just a willpower to crack on, regardless of you're thrashed, cold, wet, hungry, and that's what it's all about. Well, it's always sad to see people go. But then again, if they were there and they were dragging the troop down in terms of their performance physically or in the field or around the accommodation and it wasn't for them, then, yeah, after that initial factor they're not there, then, yeah, the troop will obviously become stronger.
And good luck to 924 Troop.
Live long and prosperous.
Isn't that from Star Trek? The whole hand thing?
It's the evening of the summer ball for the young officers also on camp. After 15 months hard training, they are themselves just weeks from deploying to the front line in Afghanistan. For these Marine officers, it's champagne and pins. For 924 Troop, it's a lesson they're never likely to forget.
How does the officer training differ from the enlisted training? If you know, please drop that in the comments.
Right, fellas, think you need a swift kick up the arses. I think you need to get a grip at yourselves and realise that recruit training requires effort. It requires you to listen to what the training team say. When they say go, you're to make your way in a clockwise direction, around the square, past Sergeant Quinn, around the next instructor, to the boy, and back to me. Stand by. Go! Get a move on, fellas!
The mud run, as this is called, is normally done for fun. But it can be turned into a punishment that is feared by all, recruits and officers alike.
Start working harder! 10 seconds, legs up, start pressing kicking. 10, 9, straighten your legs.
So I've not been smoked or had corrective training in a big mud pit like that. However, I have gotten that dirty before doing some obstacle courses at Army Basic Training, and it just sucks. But what makes this even worse is the mud just makes everything you're wearing heavy, especially your boots.
Discipline, fellas! Get your legs up, your legs. Stay here.
Greg, you're not having a baby. Keep your voice down.
You're not having a baby.
Get down, hurry up! Get off your chest, you! Get off your fucking knees!
Oh.
I'll burn! Stretch! Do not drop into the mud! Control exercise! Is that Sparks? Is it?
I love the way they're editing this.
Unlucky. Hey, just have a look for my sympathy. Where is it? I think you're the only one that's got a bit of mud in your eye. So when the bullets are flying, you're in the water, you're going to go, hang on a minute, stop this section attack. I've got a fly in my eye, I've got a bit of mud in my eye. We just stop now, shall we? We just stop and get everyone killed. Shall we or not? Talking to you, fella. No, go, bro. No, get a move on then. Yes, go, bro. Where you go?
Go find my sympathy.
John, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. You've done nothing. Get yourself up there.
Yeah, those boots are heavy.
I will personally not let you go into 3 Commando Brigade, work alongside my friends and my colleagues in operations in Afghanistan. If you're not up to required standard, fellas, you will not pass the course. It is dangerous, it is unsafe, and it is unfair on those who have earned the Green Beret to pass out recruits who are not up to the task. Okay, trust me when I say that, fellas. You're here to aspire to excellence. You want to be a Royal Marines Commando? A bit of hard work, fellas, that's all it takes.
They don't give a shit. As the corporal said, you think I'm concerned about you? You know. Those are the types of war that make me friggin' think. If you don't care shit about me and I'm doing training because I want this and you are part of it, why do I want to go somewhere when you might be in Iraq, I might be in Iraq? Then you're going to say, I don't care about you. That's the same word he's going to use. Friggin' hell.
I think this is where it's starting to come crunch time now. The training is like as near as you can get it into a war situation where you've not had enough sleep. Everyone's like mad with each other, everyone's under pressure. And people are starting to break, and you can see it all over.
Hard, very hard. Very, very hard.
There's been more heavy fighting in southern Afghanistan. Officials say at least 19 people were killed when Taliban insurgents ambushed government forces in the province of Helmand. At the same time, British troops are continuing their support of police who are pursuing Taliban fighters involved in a battle in the region 3 days ago.
So they're allowed to have headphones, music, and civilian clothes. In the U.S. military, we're not allowed to have anything civilian during our basic training. Once I film episode 2, I will go ahead and put it right here. If these recruits were actually going to basic training for the Royal Navy, Air Force, or Army, and not commando training, would they actually be allowed these civilian items? If you made it this far into the video, then go ahead and comment troll with M16.